The Science of Learning is a 6-part series that is intended to summarize the existing research from cognitive science related to how students learn, and connect this research to its practical implications for teaching and learning. The 6th and final question in the Science of Learning is, what are common misconceptions about how students think and learn? Beliefs about intelligence are important predictors of students' behavior in school. Before we begin outlining these misconceptions, it's important to understand why we are doing this. Teachers should be able to recognize common misconceptions of cognitive science that relate to teaching and learning. While it is true that students have different preferred learning styles, the approach encourages teachers to teach students intellectual strengths rather than their weaknesses. But students need to correct and compensate for their shortcomings, not avoid them. Humans using only 10% of their brain is more of an urban legend than a misconception. Though mysteries regarding brain function remain, the physiology of brain mapping suggests that all areas of the brain have a function. There is a misconception that everything to do with being analytical is confined to one side of the brain, and everything to do with being creative is confined to the opposite side. In fact, it is the connections among all brain regions that enable humans to engage in both creativity and analytical thinking. It is important that teachers understand that novice learners and expert learners demand and require and need a different approach to instruction. You cannot develop learning events for novices using the same instructional strategies as you do for someone who has a high level of knowledge in a content area. Many of the instructional methods that are effective for novices either have no effect or in some case depress the learning of students with more expertise. And the final misconception is that cognitive development does not progress via fixed progression of age-related stages. There is a developmental sequence from birth through adolescence, but pinpointing where a particular child is in that sequence and tuning your instruction to that child's cognitive capabilities is not realistic. If you wait until you are certain that the child will understand every nuance of a lesson, you'll likely wait too long to present it. How does the mind work? And especially, how does it learn? Teachers' instructional decisions are based on a mix of theories learned in teacher education, trial and error, craft knowledge, and gut instinct. Such gut knowledge often serves us well, but you have to continually ask yourself, is there anything sturdier to rely on? Remember that cognitive science is an interdisciplinary field of researchers from psychology, neuroscience, linguistics, philosophy, computer science, and anthropology, who seek to understand the mind. Don't rely on your gut, rely on your mind. If you'd like to read the original research, it can be found at www.deansforimpact.org. This has been a Kaizen teaching production. You can find this video on my YouTube page and much more information on my Facebook page. Have a great day. Cheers!